When I was 4 years old, I got glasses, and when I was a teenager, contact lenses. And I chose to have the LASIK done because I wanted to be able to see my baby when I had a baby. And so that was my major reason for having Dr. Maida perform the surgery on my eyes. I could not read the alarm clock at night. I could not see the thermostat, and was walking around with Coke bottle glasses as a little girl. So the very next day after the procedure was just an amazing day for me of joy.
I was a little different. I had good vision growing up as a kid. I was fortunate and didn't really wear glasses until college. But as time went on, my vision declined, and after relocating here to Florida, I noticed in particular one eye was worse than the other, and because of our active lifestyle and surfing and being outside so much, I opted to seek out Dr. Maida and look into the option of LASIK correction. And had one eye done, had the right eye done back in 2005, and 11 years later came back to have the second eye done actually. So had so much confidence in him. 11 years went by and I sought him out again to do the second eye. The moment really we both came to our first consultation. We both, I believe, if I recall correctly, opted to have the surgery in and around the same time initially. And we were both very impressed from the front desk and everybody involved in the office atmosphere and the actual procedure itself. Is simply first class, and although that's a kind of a cliche term to use, it's truly accurate. Dr. Maida's skill and the number of procedures that he's performed is superior to really, I think, the majority of the industry. And so we sought him out in particular because of the confidence that we had in him and the skill level that he had. But really from the front desk to the prep, to the procedure, to the aftercare, to the follow-up, has all been phenomenal. And I came back a couple times in the years after, not because I needed to, but because I wanted to, because I'd been debating having that second eye done. And it was nice to see the exact same staff here many years later. And I think, as Dr. Maida even jokes, his newest hire, I think, is like 15 years ago. So it's nice to see the same people, the same faces, and have a comfort level and the confidence when you come into an office atmosphere, for sure.
I was very nervous to have the procedure done.
Oh, it's
so
okay.
It took me a while to decide to actually have LASIK. I decided to come and just check it out, and everyone here made me feel comfortable. I felt right at home from the moment I walked in. Everyone just made me feel like I was part of the family. So since I was a little bit nervous, I decided it would be in my best interest to send my husband to have his procedure done prior to mine as my guinea pig. So he had it done first, and when I realized the recovery was so easy, that's when I decided to have mine done a few months later.
She brings up a really good point. The recovery is simple and fast, and it is amazing how quickly the body, and particularly the eye, adjust to having the surgery. And it truly is pain-free. Everybody has different levels of discomfort and pain tolerance, of course, but it really is amazing that they go in and do this procedure on your eye of all things, but yet it is so minimally invasive, both physically and mentally and pain-free. It's really quite something.
The whole experience has been life-changing for me. The very next day, when I was able to take the protectors off of my eyes and see everything clearly, I have 20/20 vision, and it makes me a little bit emotional because as a little girl, not being able to see the chalkboard at school or just being picked on for having thick glasses, I'm much more confident. And I think that it's amazing to be able to read a prescription bottle or a newspaper and not struggle. And look at my son on the horizon surfing out in the ocean. So it's been absolutely the best experience overall for me. 11 years later, I still have 20/20 vision.
It is amazing to come back and have the follow-up appointment and find out that your vision is still perfect 11 years later in my original eye that I had done. And Dr. Maida sometimes refers to Rachel actually as his miracle patient because she was such an extreme case. Her vision was so poor. And to have it 20/20 and be here 11 years later, both of your eyes are done at the same time, and to have that perfect vision is pretty remarkable. Unfortunately, we don't get younger, we only get older, and I hope I'm not getting too old yet, but for sure that here I am in my 40s, and I was annoyed by not seeing a person clearly across the room, and that's what brought me back for that second visit. And so it's been life-changing in the sense that social atmospheres or being at the beach and looking out on the horizon, watching my son surf, has been much more enjoyable. So it certainly impacts your life in a very positive way, for sure.
When Dr. Maida walked in the room and said, "You're the reason I do what I do," that was just inspirational to me. I felt like I was so special. He's seen so many pairs of eyes over the entire world, and mine are the ones that are perfect now. That's pretty cool.